Hi.
Violinist, hello.
How are you?
I am good, very good. How are you doing?
Great, thank you.
I'm so pleasure to meet you, or like
Thanks.
bump into you.
Aw, it's great seeing you.
Oh, so I have like a couple of questions for you. Do you
Sure.
mind if I ask you something?
Of course, please.
Okay. So, what would you give advice? Like, what kind of like advice would you give to young musicians these days?
Well, I would say be prepared for the opportunities that come up. I would say know what you want to do. If you want to be a chamber musician or if you want to play in an orchestra, and try to be prepared for as many opportunities as you can get. I think that for me, I was very lucky. I was ready for the opportunities when they came. So when every job arrived, I had the requisite skills to succeed at that job. So I would say really prepare as well as you can for anything you want to do. Practice extremely hard. Every day at least 3 hours, and I would say record yourself as much as possible so that you really know what you're putting across to your audience.
When you were young, you just practiced 3 hours a day. How
least.
many hours?
I
did you
would
practice?
never practice more than 4 to 5 hours a day. I think that if you practice intelligently, it's really hard to practice more than 4 or 5 hours just to concentrate that long. I mean, you can always split it up, but that's a great way of doing it if you have the time. Start 1 hour or 2 hours in the morning, and then an hour in the afternoon, another hour in the evening, and then you can split it up. But if you're playing a lot in one time, it's hard to practice more than 4 hours. I can't even concentrate that long. So you have to really be careful about how you practice, because you can sort of play, but that's not practicing. And if you really want to practice, then you really have to be focused the entire time. And I think that that's very difficult to do for more than 4 or 5 hours.
Okay, thank you. You are the one of concertmaster I admire the most.
Aw,
So,
thank you. Thanks.
so I just like always like wanted to ask you about how you divide like the musically or like preparation wise like between excerpts and the concerto and then chamber music.
Wow, I would say with excerpts, I'm very disciplined about number one, rhythmically disciplined. I make sure I practice everything with a metronome. I'm very disciplined about stylistic things when it comes to excerpts. You know, when you're playing a concerto or playing a sonata, people will give you a little bit more leeway, a little bit more latitude in your interpretation. In excerpts, it's much more of a science. You know, we still have to remember that they're pieces of music. They're excerpts from bigger pieces of music. But we really have to know the context. And I think if you know the context well, if you listen to a great recording and know how you fit into that context, then it's easier to play an excerpt. When it comes to concertos or sonatas or chamber music, I always have very strong opinions. I develop a strong opinion about what I want to do, but then I always think to myself that I'm playing with other people. So it's always a sense of being open to other people's ideas, and then working again, once I've heard everybody's ideas, then incorporating their ideas, practicing those ideas, and then coming to that, sort of the end conclusion of what I'm going to do.
Okay, great. So also like you're a great leader, you know. So like people want to be a leader, and I mean, also like student trying to be, you know, a section leader and then stuff. You know, what's the most important feature to be a leader? What do you think?
I think you have to realize what your job is, and your job is to make everything easier for everyone. You know, as a concertmaster, I think my job is to make it easier for the conductor, make it easier for the orchestra, to be a sort of liaison between the orchestra and the conductor, even between the orchestra and management. You know, I think it's my job to make an easier experience, the music making and also the business aspect of it. So what I do is I think of myself as the way I move, the way I act, the questions I ask, how I prepare. All these things help those rehearsals go quicker, and they go in easier, and they're facilitated, and then when the concerts happen, then everything goes smoother. So if you realize your job, if you realize your function, everything becomes easier.
And lastly, what does music mean to you?
The world. I mean, I've loved music my whole life. I mean, I grew up in it. My mother's a pianist, my father's a guitarist. It was my whole childhood, and it's allowed me to travel the world and get paid for doing the thing I love. So I mean, I can't imagine not having it in my life. It's a central focus of my life.
Great. So would you do what you've been doing for the rest of your life?
Oh, I hope so. I hope I can. I mean, I think that I'll be very lucky if I can. I mean, I've done it this long, and I don't see why I wouldn't do it. I enjoy every aspect of my life. I enjoy playing as a concertmaster. I enjoy teaching. I enjoy playing chamber music and solo stuff. So I'm lucky if I can continue that.
Oh, great. Thank you so much for
My
your
pleasure.
time.
It's
And
good
hope
seeing
to get more advice in the future from you.
Anytime.
Bye.
Bye.